Hey guys, Brent Hull, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is a master plan, trying to draw this house together, trying to bring parts and pieces together. So kind of an interesting challenge, a 1915 house in Waco. Let me know what you think. Okay guys, so this is a new master plan for a job in Waco. And what you're seeing is here's the house here, and then there's a back house here, and then kind of a garage that was added later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, work on this front, work on this side, and really the whole front of the place, because as you look at this house, it really has a cottage feel, and it's really kind of an interesting house. For a house that was built in 1915, it really has a very subdued entry, and I'll show you that here. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify a lot of this. Maybe that's my theme of these videos, because it's got all of these pathways built in here. There's actually an outbuilding here. One, we're going to organize it and focus it towards its story of what it is, this cottage look. Two, we're going to change the materiality. We're going to fix the materials here. They got all this used brick here, and they've got these iron fence, and it's really just cheapens it for what this house could be. And so first, I'll show you the entry. And basically, if you look at the front of this house, and I was talking about how subdued it is, it's they've got this little brick walk, which was added later. Okay, so this little brick walk and this was added later. But look at architecturally, all they've done here is they've elevated that door with just kind of this little cap. It's almost like a side door. It doesn't even read to me like a front door. And so to elevate that, we're going to add this front porch here. Basically on this house, they've got stucco chimneys that were called out. So we're going to go back kind of a low stucco wall, but it's going to define the entry, and it's going to make this house, give it a little bit more presence than it currently has. But certainly it needs to be kind of fixed up. The other thing that's going to happen is if you carry that around to the side, you'll see that they've got this used brick column. Okay, there's used brick down here, and there's this iron fencing. Now, iron fencing is just a very cheap fence, and there's certainly not a lot of historical precedent for the way we do it. Now, they've just planted some new hollies here, and that'll be real easy to pick those up and transplant them somewhere else. But you'll see that the height of this thing, I've lowered this down to like a 4-foot wall, so it's not very high. I've put the porch on this house, and then if you look over on the far side, I've done the same thing with this entry gate where they've got this iron, kind of this cheap iron deal. I've gone back with a wood gate and these stucco columns. So I've got a consistent thing going here where off the front of your house, all the way across the front, there'll just be kind of this low stucco wall, but that will help unify this space because it's a lot and a half, might be 2 lots. And it's really a wonderful spot, but it isn't defined very clearly. And so there's landscaping and the house here. But if I pull that architecture out over into this area, I'm going to really help the presence of this house improve on the front of the lot. The other thing is that just as we continue to fix it, there's the back houses. And so the back houses look like this now, which is rather unfortunate. They got this triple, kind of door detail over there, and then this flat roof on this garage. And what I'm doing is I'm going to change the windows. So single doors, put a little cap over that one just for rain protection. And you see I've raised this roof, I've added some dormer windows. But because the face of this house has all these diamond panes, I mean, these diamond panes are all over the house, which, conveys that cottage look. It conveys that leaded glass diamond look, which is so popular in England and Europe in the medieval period. That's why this house kind of is a cottage. And so I'm installing that or putting that into these garage doors. Providing light in a garage door really softens it and makes it more inviting. And so by doing those things, I'm changing the structure of this porch from steel to wood. May still have a steel frame, but certainly we can do it in wood. I've shrunk it back a little bit so it's not as bold. I pulled the stairs back. You can see the stairs are way out to here. If you can see through the tracing paper, I've pulled it back so it's just a little less in your face. And then all part of this is I'm trying to establish a hierarchy of materials. And so this is my low wall, 4-foot stucco, wood gate, possible change in the stucco and in the pattern. Can all be made with haydite block or concrete block and then stuccoed over. As we step down into a little simpler pedestal column piece and then going to wood. So maybe in the wood in the back area, you've got a wood fence. In the front, you've got stucco. But the materials, the iron work, especially cheap iron work, we're not going to make part of this. There's, not only opportunities with that wood gate which matches the side wood gate, but there's also, even an opportunity to add a porte-cochere at some point just to help unify and draw this house out and make it feel more complete than it is currently. So we're basically taking this design and we are, simplifying a great deal. Now that you see that the wood fence here, I would just landscape on this wall. It's just a corner lot, so I think just providing privacy across the back will really open this yard up. And it would be nice to create some access points that come out of this gate and come out of this gate. Even later on, I'm hoping, I'm going to suggest that we change these garages from, kind of these back ones, that maybe what we do is we just put the whole garage unit right here, right? And so you come in and you just go in this way. What that does is it gives me a bigger yard. And so pulling it this way, these aren't really contributing buildings. I'm not even sure they're original to the property. So a new garage, some kind of walkway to the kitchen would be great. But then my yard even opens up even more. Got great outdoor living, great courtyard right off the family. So I think it lays out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. Fixing the materiality, that stone and the iron work, cheapen the house, and yet introducing kind of that European stone wall, stucco wall kind of thing, I think, extends and broadens the house. Should be a fun project. I'll let you know how things progress and how things go. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Brent Hull. Thanks for watching.